All right, here we go again. Buckle up. Rough roads ahead. Hopefully, you can smooth out those rough roads. So, again, there's a ton of false statements, and you all know there are. And that's how they did it. But there's a price to pay globally for this mass use of false statements. Again, Darrell Isle's statement immediately about how he's going to control the judges, you know, I think you all think that you own the Supreme Court. And I think the proof is you don't. Again, Roe versus Wade went the direction that it went. The Democrats are upset about that, right? But I think it gave you false belief. And I think the court has tried to telegraph a message to the Trump administration that it's going to act independently. I don't know what Darrell Issa was talking about, but the court took notice. They know their job right now is check and balance beyond anything it's ever been. Correct. And that exists. In other words, you're not all powerful. You can't create laws that just do whatever. So again, like I said, go back through history. Look at maybe what even the Trump administration said. Well, you just said, the law is not with, generally, the law and traditional practice is not with the administration. Now, just because you want to do something doesn't mean you're doing it the right way. Correct. And that's all that's being said there. I mean, I have no idea how you think it's okay to give those kids, they're kids, face it, access. Again, we have drug use. Like, if somebody would have known that's who you were going to use, they may have actually did like a Project Veritas thing, right, before they were used. Maybe got them to get high and stuff. So it would have been easier. I mean, guy's name's Big Balls, and he hangs out with hackers. He's used drugs. Right. So the argument isn't what you all think it is. Thank you, Larry. Again, I want us to get forward. I don't want to be bogged down. It's going to take a lot of work to take care of South America and Central America. And again, I want them to do well. I want us to make peace with Maduro and make it the best we can ever make it. Because Maduro's not going to change if he's threatened. If Maduro knows that CIA is recruiting people, or whoever, MI5, whatever it is, recruiting people in his country, he's going to be on the defensive and be a little paranoid because it's normal, right? And see, the same thing's happening with Trump and Elon. They're being a little bit too paranoid. They do it to me. I mean, right. Bless you, Larry. Now, this should never happen to me, believe me. I mean, I should have a little bit of black problem here or there, but not what's going on now and what's going on over the last so many years. Right. And of course, I was probably a perfect candidate for surgery, and they knew it. Right. So the deep state attacked me on that. Now I'm kind of at a point where I'm getting stuck cleaning, and I'm trying to not stop cleaning. If you heard in there, they're willing me to stop cleaning. It's up pretty quick. I'm up pretty high. They're attacking with negative messages, so Grace is trying to put positive messaging and a positive spin on their messaging. Right. Nah, if you got me my disability from VA and just got it to me quick, I'd be okay. I'd get somewhere. I'd probably get the best treatment that I could get, right? And I'd have like a place. I don't even know if it's. See, I don't know what to do. What I have to do is this, and this is what the cops are saying that are friendly. They're saying you have to go to your brother's house, make a deal. If you'd have said it sooner, we could have taken care of this, right? You make a deal. He says you live there. We will never say you don't because you're traveling. Right. Now, if you stayed somewhere a year, then you probably, but if you kept moving, because there's contractors that do that, right? And then it's return home every so often, like once a year or something, right? That's what you should have done. But again, that's funny that you say that because if this would have went the way it was supposed to go, I was supposed to do that. Like I started thinking about that 2007, so then I could have made my mother's place that right in Florida, made it my home, right, and just kind of launched out traveling. Right. Well, I went where I went wrong is well, I wouldn't go wrong, but it was blocked. I saw the big campers and motorhomes and all that, and said I can never afford that, right? And I saw extended stays, and neither one could get me out of where I was to go do something different, right? The idea I have now is you buy like a van, right, and you get a one of those campers, like a smaller camper, right? And back then it was easier. Cops weren't as concerned, right? We didn't have as many homeless, but it did pick up. I worked on the homeless problem, so again, Satan would attack me. From 2008, we had the homeless pickup. I had all these ideas, and I just didn't understand any of it. Maybe nobody knows who I am, but I go to Home Depot and they treat me like shit. I'm the guy that, blesses Home Depot for donating things to homeless. Right. I'm the guy that came up with a lot of those homeless projects, and in the mine and online. I don't know what's left. They screwed up my Facebook and everything. And you many probably don't even see half of what's there, right? Larry. Well, making people homeless is a game that these people play against, the same as sexualization. Yeah, I'm not really. I got forward for a bit here. Nah, I got to move a little faster because I have uh, I have a lot to do. Okay, I know what I got to do. Hopefully, I got to look at the weather. If it's warmer, it'd be easier. Right. No, it's telling me I just got to chunk a lot of this into a bin, then I'll, like I did before, sort it out after they come through. Now I gotta let my amplifiers go somehow. I just never even got, like, when I started using that ribbon mic. I just don't have the power. God doesn't have the power, I guess. Couldn't get back to it. Right. So it just sits over there. I really like these amps and the ribbon mic, but it has great sound. But actually, this isn't too much different. It's a little easier on the ears, but this is turning out okay. Because a lot of times I have, like, it's too trebly. Now I was able to get a little bass into it, and there's no like EQ on this or anything. So it could be the newer sound chips on the phones, right? Or how it interacts with that. I guess it's the sound chip, and it's the microphone too, right? Like I buy these high-dollar microphones, and they sound like doo doo. I buy like an $80, $90. I mean, not high dollar, but $80 to $100 lavalier microphone and sound like doo doo. So I found these, and they're like the one I wanted to buy, but a lot cheaper. They were like, like $8 a piece, two for 16 or something. And I bought those. I mean, this is great for two for 16 on a Sound Blaster G3. Right. The fact is, if they put steroid in my lats, like upper or trapezius or whatever's cramping there, this could go away. I just have to get to something, and that's the hard part. I mean, they're torturing me every day that they can online and other places. Believe me, when I'm online trying to help you, they're skewing my brain. I'm trying to tell you they're doing it to you in a certain way also. But again, you had billionaire's life and you still have your health, and millionaire life and you still have your health. What was done to me is just horrific. Right? The whole goal is to make me offend sexually. And then when they started it, they say, "Oh, he already sexually offended. We're just going to try to catch him." That's the kind of bullshit they do. It doesn't matter if you're forcing me to it because I've already done it, quote unquote. But it's bullshit. If somebody's already done it, they would do it very quickly. Right. 100%. Right. They knew I was investigating them. That's what they freaked out over. Well, what do you expect me to do? You're in my family, you're in my life, you're attacking everybody. You're rearranging my life so I will be the guy that gets destroyed. Nobody gets rich doing it. Right. Well, I really don't care. I mean, I'm going to give it away to whoever. I mean, maybe I'll look for like I think maybe the shul could use it. Is when I'm getting the blip, or the Jews for Jesus people. I actually feel like I did when I gave those microphones in to the church. I mean, it took a while for me even to get well, and I had to go through all those places because they kept torturing me, and I'm like, let me get away from this. I mean, it's Judenraus, man. They're sick people. It's not. Look, they even did it to me when I was helping cops, 100% every day, all day, right? Including giving them theories and things to fight the psychological game that was being played with them. Right. It's still false. Some of the prosecutions. Hindsight, you can't use hindsight. They just had to let me be. I mean, like I'm telling you, it's simple to have a life if they don't do this. That's how they try to put shit on their victim because they're narcissists. You have to destroy their life and go, well, he's nobody. He can't do nothing. He's this. He's that. I can tell you're all uncomfortable because you're projecting at me, but I'm not yelling and saying F, right? Like you thought you could cause, right? Right. I mean, it's beyond me that these people thought they had a right to do any of it. I agree. No, I've been physically disabled for a long time, and they knew that. I mean, I was physically disabled when I went into the Marshal Service. I had 20%. Thank you, Larry. But serious physical disability definitely when I was in Indianapolis. But they're getting off on it. He's bedridden. He's bedridden. That's how they are. You think people like that aren't going to hell? Well, who are we doing it to? Your victim, just like every other criminal. I can't even imagine people like this were in the Marshal Service, any other agencies. I can't even imagine it. All you have to do is let him live his life. Push through. It's bullshit, all of you. It was proven in Santa Fe that pushing through would get me nowhere. Right. And you want to show that lesson to everyone. Right. But that's their excuse. Oh, he just pushes through, then he gets through, and then he has his life, right? Right. I know your every thought if I want to, all of you. Now you pretty much know that, right? Like when I'm saying stuff, you may get cues about your investigations on how to investigate. Like I may say something about anything, but it's not about your investigation, and you get cues on how to investigate something or some clue on something. Right. To them, it talks about their crimes that they've committed over the years. Thank you. Oh, maybe this is it. See if this works. I'm trying to figure out why this is happening to me physically. Now I'm going to take my shoes off and see if I feel better. Could be the shoes. Oh, okay, there it is. A little bit at least. Everything was too tight. But it's not good because it could be wasting my back. Right. Oh my God. So it could still be the ablation therapy, right? Because when I put my shoes on, my back might be tightening up. But the question is it well enough to survive? Again, I should have gotten ablation therapy probably in Naples. Right? After the first time it went bad. After I was in Annapolis. I went to Annapolis, came back to Naples, got some corticosteroid. Thank you, Larry. They're all devils. There's people from foreign countries. There's people in every country that does this. Right? That's how the cartels are so successful globally. The cops are dirty. That's simple. But now I'm in pain because I have my shoes on all the time. So see, I'm blinded from thinking, hey, take your shoes off, see if you get better. I'm not perfect, but again, this upper back is just way too tight. My lower back isn't really all that tight. I mean, it's a little bit, but right. Big. I should have been able to see that and then seek treatment for the upper back. I mean, it's just the doctor. They may have been like harassing the doctor, right? So he just doesn't want really to deal with me. He just wants me out of his life, right? Because they know it's about me. I mean, it's that big. No, I healed so many times of what they did to me, right? And it may have been getting away from their medication, not their medication, their drugging. But I healed tons of times, and life picked up. That's why I tried life again. You know what I mean? Right? No, they need to get away from me. They'll be in hell. Like the Fusion Center doesn't like me talking about it. You know how corrupt they are. Right? They don't like people talking about them because they're so corrupt. I mean, it's just a hit. It's where the deep state hits come from. They come through the fusion centers, right? I mean, you can think about what they did. They got the government to finance their communication network. Right. Probably should have went overseas, but I couldn't get there. But you know what? They could have killed me quicker, possibly overseas, because they're just crooks. Who cares about the Super Bowl? Well, all the Democrats have to do is just sit back. Like they did the right thing with Kamala Harris. Now, the question is the only way that they could actually ever get anywhere is if the Republicans mess up. And, it looks like that's starting to happen. But what's happening is you're still taking that extreme progressive stance. That's not going to, I mean, it could get you in at a certain point because, a lot of the people, there are progressives that actually voted for Trump, per se, because they felt Biden wasn't. Right. And they're trying to spite Trump or spite a stripe or try to spite the Democratic Party. But I still think the Republican Party is limited. Again, Trump made the argument that was a little more left of where they really are. So he got in there. The question is whether that'll work next time. Because the world did move left, right? And half the, not half, but a percentage of people voted for Trump because they felt President Biden wasn't left enough. It makes sense of that. Hmm. No, I've been in pain this whole time. It's like I'm not living the same life that you all are. And they try to, time and time again, act like I'm not disabled because I walk or something. Right. Wait a minute. Yeah, I told you that we needed to automate air traffic control and all that. In other words, it's missing the autopilot and all that stuff is missing features that allow for these things to happen. Now, obviously, he turned off some sort of kind of autopilot feature, right, or warning feature. Right? So that should not have been. Right. But the problem is if you don't have people on the ground, if you don't have air traffic, I mean, it just like boggles the mind. Like, why don't we have air traffic controllers? I mean, you do whatever it takes to have them, right? And I think one of the issues might be just hiring additional ones beyond, like, if you try to hire eight and eight in a certain location only gets you five because nobody wants to work it, but you hire 12 may get you 12 people working, right? Because you reduce the workload. Oh. You see, they're too stressed out, so nobody wants to work it, so you end up with less employees. So if you add a few employees and decrease the workload, I mean, that's an awesome stress. I mean, right? And these planes are coming and coming and coming and not stopping, right? So I don't believe the actual numbers that they're saying should be hired are correct. I don't think they're correct. I think we need to hire additional ones so people will be willing to work that assignment. I think it's that simple. I mean, yeah, I've said years ago about, when I was in San Francisco, whenever that plane hit its tail, right? I said something's wrong. I mean, it's probably on my social media somewhere. And again, like I said, that particular helicopter had features that weren't being used. Well, I don't think muscle relaxers will work for me right now because it might make my stomach worse. Right. But again, I really, as weird as it sounds, the thing I have to focus on is sleep, is getting my body able to sleep comfortably. No, I've been disabled the whole time. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. Like I told you, it's like $1 billion case. But they just say he's crazy, nothing's happening. Everybody goes, it's crazy, nothing's happening, give me some more money. If you say it, you get money. Two years in Kansas already. No wonder I'm sick. Right. Like you get rid of my ARC and then you get paid money. That's what they're driving for. Because I shouldn't have an ARC anyway. Juden. Nah, in the next few weeks, a lot of stuff's going to the trash and getting given away. Need to leave the devil's lair of Kansas. You've been judged, all of you. You're on your way to hell, all of you. Thought it was funny to kind of fool me a little bit. Lull me into a false sense of security. No, you did it. Got me sick again. Somebody going to pay you big money or may have already paid it to you. Some of you might be vacationing on the Caribbean right now with the money that they paid you for doing this to me. I'm a disabled veteran and disabled law enforcement officer. The bullshit Rick Henry told you, the bullshit Gary Shovlin told you, the bullshit they all told you is bullshit. They're criminals and got promoted for harming people. Gary Shovlin's part of that York County prostitution ring they talk about. He's the deep state. That was the deep state. I know for a fact he cheated on his wife. He had a pretty good looking wife, too. But they didn't want to afford the same thing to me. They wanted me to be gay and go with gay prostitutes. Because that gets you a marshal position. It allows you to be a judge. They probably focused, so it would be for February, the big suicide month. Ha ha ha! Right? Ha ha ha! Right? I mean, these people stalked me for decades. There's nobody that was raped. Neither my kids or anyone else by me. I didn't help anybody. I didn't let anybody do it. In fact, anybody like that, I tried to help apprehend. In fact, my presence reduces the likelihood that that would happen. I have no idea what they thought they were doing. I don't know. I'm just freezing and I'm sick. I got to get this place clean. Well, they knew what they were doing, all of you. I fought against them to keep it clean, and I just got sicker and sicker and couldn't keep it clean. And that was their plan. Plan from the beginning. Think it's funny to come into a house when it's dirty. I know it's cops. That's their curse. I've known for years that's one of their curses. In law enforcement, they always talk about that. Oh, we went into this house and... Where's my money? Should be here already. Right, there's no way. I'm hearing from somebody, it could be Pam Bondi, it could be someone else. There's no way to fight the check and balance of the courts. So if the Trump administration keeps doing that, they're just going to wear themselves out. Well, don't confuse the two questions. The first question would be, is the government overspending? Yes. Is there fraud, waste, and abuse? Yes. I've said that for a decade or more. The second question is, should those people be allowed to do that? No. I mean, people work their whole life, they can't even get access. And they've worked, hard for the government, done everything they were generally supposed to do. But they don't have anybody, vouching for them at that level. Correct, sir. No, it's not okay. Like I told you, they were giving you enough rope to hang yourselves. The only thing is they had to do something, they felt, because it was getting too far. And, some of them are corrupt, yeah. Or protecting the corruption. But, again, are you telling me there's no corrupt Republicans? Is that what you're telling us? Right. Well, I'm just telling you how the court is probably going to view it. Again, traditionally, There are requirements in government, and you know, I don't even know if the Senate and the House could change those requirements because in the Constitution there's requirements. I mean, simply to provide for a strong defense. You know, and you just try to make an argument. What you do in the election is you make an argument, and you can draw on all these other things. Well, are you saying that the Democrats provide for a strong defense? Well, you know, it's not about them here. We're talking about what you're doing in this audit. Right. But in an election, you can just, during the election, you can just do that, and it works because you titillate everyone. Right. And you othered Biden and all the other. It's easy because Biden don't take care of nobody, but it's little cronyism. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Larry. Well, let's say, like, if the Senate and the House wanted to change the rules just so they could fit this little niche boutique investigative, or I wouldn't say investigative group, but auditing group. Right. I don't think it meets constitutional requirements. Well, I'm really sick, and I don't know. And they're, you know, most likely devils. Get my money to me so I can get out of the trap. Really, you know, by Wednesday, it'll probably be clean enough in here for me to bring somebody in, some moving type people, you know, some strength, some cleaners, or the same crew, and to help me just get it all done. So get me my money. Yeah, I'm going to vote this every day for the rest of my life. And it'll carry on past my end of my life. So sorry. I mean, this apartment is horrible. I don't even know why I stayed, other than you were doing shit to my head and making me sick. Larry. I mean, I'm freezing. But then if I turn the heat up so it's warm, I'm too hot. Because certain parts of the apartment will be cold, certain parts will be hot. I don't even know if they have insulation in this walls. Definitely not like a breeze or anything. You know, the front door isn't sealed perfectly, but it's well enough. Just go to VA, tell them I have a presumption, not rebuttable presumption, a presumption, not rebuttable, a presumption that I have Desert Storm, Desert Shield, Persian Gulf War Syndrome. The first time I put in for it, it was miraculously missing out of the folder. The request. Wonder who did that? Rick Henry, Karen Shelton, Deep State, cronies. Same people that probably did my My massage envy. Correct. They're controlling me? Bullshit. They're skilled at making somebody go out of control. In fact, you're all out of control and should be ruled for it. Ya 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 ra, ya ya ya. Bahotamo. So these are the only 4 or 5 people who can do this in the entire world? I mean, look, are they the people that did it at X? Because remember how messed up that was and how you had to hire people back? I'm just telling you. See? Oh, I'm really sick right now. I have no idea what it is. I imagine it's probably something environmental, but I don't know. I mean, I'm well, I'm sick, I'm well. I have no idea what's doing it. Again, it could be something in the food. Whether it's supposed to be there or not, it's neither here nor there. Right. It could just be something that's there that causes this. So I have to return all of this. I have to get to that. So I'm going to have to make containers with each receipt's food in it. But that means I have to get additional food. And I'm really not well enough to drive. But is it safe to order food in? See, this is what the deep state causes in your life. It's not really paranoia because it's based upon factual activity around my life by criminals in the law enforcement world, in the spy world, in the drug dealing world, all working together. Sex trafficking world, spy world, contractor world. Stealing the world and telling them we're saving everyone. You have to get away from me, all of you. And you have to get away from me quick. You're making sure I don't get a penny. That's what they're working. That's what they're spending millions of dollars today doing. Making sure I don't get a penny. They'll go to hell for it. Anybody that accepts anything will go to hell for it. They're paying people in the VA right now. They're going to get, do some favors for Burton and then tell him this is the truth of that case. He doesn't get anything. They'll worm their way in. No, if I look online, there's a bunch of people signing that they know I exist. But it doesn't mean anybody knows anything. It may not even be the real online. That's how corrupt and criminal these people are. Send me my money. The complaint's already made at the VA. Somebody already turned it in. Okay, so let's go back to that thing that I was explaining. Go back through history and look at what an administration says when a judge hits them with some sort of order that restrains them. It's probably what you want to say. Or say nothing. Again, you're not simply speaking to the MAGA faithful and a bunch of people that are mad at the Palestinian-Israeli war. Okay. Or expensive eggs or whatever it is. And again, you're losing the battle on the expensive eggs. Again, are you deep stating in the Trump administration? If you are, you all need to stop. You all have debts. You need to pay your debts. I'm one of those debts. No, nobody's in danger. Go see, because of this, people are in danger. No, I'm not going. I've lived under this specter since they started blocking my internet. I was shadow banned. I was probably one of the first people in the world shadow banned. I'm not lying. What they did is they put these law enforcement people into that group of people that work directly with the social medias and everything, and have at it. They designed the idea of blocking me. They could torture me all they like, and nobody would know. Like I said, people who are doing it, some of the people who are doing this to me had a lot of bad luck, and they blamed it on me. I didn't even know. Well, get me my money. Pass the complaint to the VA. It's already, apparently somebody says it's already there. I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, I should write VA? And who do you think I'm talking to on the other side? Who do you think's on the other side when I talk to VA? Same people. They won't let it go anywhere. So why does somebody speak out? Is it because I want to? Or is it because they necessitated it? No, they restricted my life so I would have nobody. I was very social on social media. Right? Then they started attacking me from those social media accounts. I just feel so sick. Jesus Christ. It's probably Desert Storm Syndrome or Persian Gulf Syndrome. They need to be taken away. I've told you for decades. Well, there's no real treatment for it. You just kind of try to make you feel comfortable like they've been trying to do. But I'm not disabled. I'm just a criminal. Just let's keep listening to them, and you'll find yourselves in hell one day. And it doesn't matter if the administration is not deep stating me, they have to pay me. Believe me, everybody sees it. Most likely, if they, another week, they do another popularity poll or whatever it is, it'll go down further. Pay me, and things will probably get better. I have no idea why it comes and goes like this. No, I've been sick the whole time. It's just worse today. I mean, I've been disabled the whole time. What do you think disability is? I don't see the world with rose-colored glasses because I'm disabled. It's not that I have attention deficit disorder, although I might have it because you do all this shit to me. Right. I'm disabled. Been disabled the whole time. But I found that if I were active and ride my bike and go to the gym and do that type of thing, I'll be healthier. Well, get me paid, like really fast. Somebody call up VA and get it done. You know how it works. That's how they did it so I didn't get paid. Or I wouldn't be asking for it this way. Right. Oh, I should go to the hospital? For what? What treatment's going to work? I mean, there were treatments that would have kept me alive and healthy and well, at least till I was 70. Active on the bicycle, having a great life. But you all said no, including blocking me from a woman. Can you imagine what God's going to do to them for blocking me from a woman? I mean, it's not good for man to be alone. You Christians are the Garden of Eden gurus, right? Only a man and only a woman, but you don't seem like you're allowing that, all of you. Definitely not in my life. I thought it was going to be a good day because it was going to be cool. I figured there'd be no mold or something. Get me my money. I'm owed millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. Every police department, every place I've ever been in the last 25 years most likely owes me $1 million or more. CIA probably owes me $100 million just for damages. But for the help, you probably owe me more than that, or the same amount. Right. Oh, it's done this way, believe me. You can put that out there into people's heads all you like, and you'll go to hell. Ya, arar. Ya, ahotama. No, they're just putting shit in your heads, making you think that that's what it's supposed to be. Thank you, Larry. If they can make a call to stop disability from increasing, they can make a call to cause it to increase. Agreed, Larry. I mean, obviously, I'm here speaking. Obviously, this complaint is most likely been forwarded to the VA. Right. Most likely, you can make a phone call and help the VA along in getting it done. I mean, it's obvious you undid my life with phone calls. Again, we're getting their power down, anti-power down. I should be cursing right now at you. Again, I'm reading it, but. Right. Well, this is the way it goes. So I think my left back, it'll be tight. I'll put the stuff on it. It'll start vibrating a little bit, like it's trying to get tightened, but it's starting to loosen, and then it loosens, and then I feel okay. So theoretically, there could be hope. But if I had a wife, she'd be driving me places when I get this sick. I knew what to do in life. Again, they tried to say that was the wrong choice. I probably should have not tried to get a wife and all that bullshit. That was the answer, and they knew that was the answer. Thank you, Mary. No, I wasn't abusive to my wife. I mean, it was bizarre because she told me that somebody said I was. And then she said she cleared me, which was the only thing she could do. Right, it's the truth. Like a neighbor, but it was her. She was abusive. She said, I think it was a BOP background, that one of our neighbors, and again, again, it could have been a deep state, right? Said that I was abusive to her, and when she said no, right? But she kind of said it to me like, I don't know, like she took care of me, But it was her. I'd be yelling at her to stop, and she'd have a knife in her hands, and I'd be Lord save me, dude. You know how many times? Cops know how many times somebody just grabs a knife out of that, and then the person ends up dead, and they're big court case and sentence and all that, and all it was just recklessness, right? I was like Bruce Lee. I was asleep. I couldn't think about it, but my arms would go do like an X block overhead knife strike. I guess maybe it's good hand-to-hand combat, I guess. That's real. But again, their bullshit's bullshit, man. Right. I'm lucky I survived. So again, there are signs that I had a divine calling in life and had to live a minimum amount of time. Right. It turned into destroying the planet. Because you all won't do what's right. No, I'm not a con man. I've never been a con man in my life. Trying to get you to do what's right is not being a con man. I forgot my darn antibiotic. Darn it. Yeah, my left shoulder's real hard. Yeah, if I had a wife, I know this never would have happened. Like a wife would care about me. My wife couldn't care about me. It's just whatever it was, right? Was, right. And again, it was probably them, right? Thank you. Yeah, I probably should have joined that Walmart thing. I didn't realize I was going to be sick this long. Right, the Walmart delivery thing. Right. I don't know. I don't have all money, but I might have to join one of those Instacarts or something. Right. No, there's people in the FBI to know what I'm signaling them. Right. The other ones will lie about it, and they're saying that they had arguments over it. Right. Like I said, anybody that turns in information about me needs to be investigated to see what they're really up to. Right. It could be innocuous, but there's a chance you find a deep stater, right, or something like that. Right. Okay. The administration said that they didn't start something, like all these investigations and all this stuff, but you have to slow down. Because again, I tried to get Harris to do that, right? And that's what I think Harris would have done. If she'd got in, we'd have undone all that shit, right? 100%. Well, because you're not doing again, we're having trouble because you're not moving the way you should be moving. Again, you're getting yourself investigatable. Like you don't have, like you're saying, well, nobody can investigate us. you know, for some of that, I think somebody is available to investigate it. Right. That special or Office of Special Counsel might have enough jurisdiction to do it. But again, the statute of limitations is 5 years. I mean, it probably should be 9 years, just in case somebody has 2 terms. Correct. No, but if you change your posture, you'll find you'll get into that sweet spot. Right. You'll find where you need to be to not have that stuff happen. I mean, if you go back, we didn't start it, and you know, the thing being that. Right. Well, I know for a fact that when I was in the government, I was a Republican, and they killed me. So it happened under the Bush administration. So if you want to say it didn't just start on the Obama administration. Right. Oh. So I know they did it to the Democrats. You could say, well, Biden and Obama did it. Well, it happened. Bush people did it too. Correct, Larry. Because you know, Biden didn't start it either. And the Russians may have actually started it. You know, you get what I mean? Oh. Right. If you stop and move forward of it, you can always prosecute anything that's actively going on. Right. No, a private search came up for some reason. Not sure what that is. Right. Well, why would you file a writ of mandamus without first appealing the decision? Correct. I mean, sounds good. Simply appeal the decision. Asking them to immediately rule on the matter. Essentially, you're filing a counterclaim. Right. Essentially, filing a counterclaim. but I'm not sure if the court will buy into it. Right. Well, there's a deadline for it, right? For the information you're going to ask for another budget in March. You have to be able to. What you're trying to do is align the government to know what that budget needs to be. Correct. Maybe it is. Maybe it is magnesium wool that I need. Let me get to that, because that would mean it's just too tight. Right. Oh, maybe that's what was my problem last night, though. See the trick bag they put me in? But that's why I need something other than magnesium. Well, we're just going to live that life with me 24/7, so we can really know what was going on, since you caused me to become extremely disabled. Not just a little disabled, which means I was always disabled, but now I'm handicapped. Meanwhile, you're getting paid millions of dollars and running around the globe saying you're the most important people that have ever been in government. No, it's actually the upper back triggering the lower, which actually kind of ruined the lower. I don't know if it's too far or not. Oh, they put me in pain for the rest of my life. I was supposed to laugh about it when they break into my apartment. I mean, somebody's got to get real here. Somebody's got to get responsible and do what's supposed to happen. Again, I'm trying to tell you, there's people that put you in that thought you're actually going to fight the deep state. If you're just going to fight your own personal battles, they're going to put you out. Actually, you got me. That's it. Actually, you didn't hear me because I walked away. Let me get this all together. No, this is real podcast. Oh, you all wanted to be? And again, this is how I stay alive, because they know the effects of what they're doing, and the isolation and the winter and the pain and all the torture over all the years. They know how it works. They know how they got rich off of it. No, my back actually loosened and then it tightened up again. But again, I have to try to break that cycle. And actually, I knew that until you just did too much to me, and I accepted, half of my body working. Thank you, sir. I didn't want to be the guy where it was too late before anything was done. Tried a year again, year and year, and little I know, they were all being paid massive amounts of money. Actually, the tech sector could be the ones responsible. I'm not sure, but a lot of these people look like they're enriched by techie people, right? Like I said, you can be the richest man on earth, and I'm illustrating something. I'm not saying it's Elon Musk, right? But you can be the richest man on earth and still go to hell. In fact, it's more likely. Agreed, sir. I really don't even know what to eat, to tell you the truth. Trying to realign my diet. I got no clue. I tried eating the beans because it seemed like, it was easy on digestion. It seemed to work. Something's too tight. right here. Ah. I should stay. I couldn't break through and stay in massage. Couldn't break through. It tortured me too much. I know I was drugged too, most likely. I needed to. I needed to. There was probably no other answer. Well, because when COVID hit, I'd already been tortured for on and off for, a long time, but in relation to massage, for years. When was it, 220? It was 2014. It was like 6 years I had been away from massage, and it was like critical that I be there. I went in a little bit, but again, I was in the right massage program. Everybody knew what was wrong with me. Again, that's the other point. These are just shitty fucking law enforcement pieces of shit and CIA pieces of shit, just deciding that what they want happens. That's really what it is, along with the drug dealers and the sex traffickers. What, you thought you were going to make me afraid of speaking because Laura Loomer said a couple things and somebody else said a couple things online? Are you going to call Laura Loomer and tell her she's in danger? The question is, does she work with a spy agency all the time? And it's all bullshit. Right. Or maybe she doesn't even know. She just takes the money. Right. I have no idea why I'm in this kind of pain today. Oh my God. Oh my God. No, I'm not taking narcotics. Pieces of shit. That's their goal was. Put me on narcotics and make me an addict. Fucking weirdos. Pieces of shit. To hell with them. Ya 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 rar. Whoa. Ya ya ya. Bahatama. Bahatama. Right. Bahatama. They don't like that one. They're definitely fighting that one. The Bahatama. Right. Well, I forgot that there was a program, an app. They turned the volume up somehow. There's a text-to-speech. So I could put it in the text. I tried trying to figure out how to pronounce it. You just put it in that. Okay, workforce is missing. Air traffic controllers in peril nationwide. Can you figure things out? Do you hear me? You have to hire a number higher than you're hiring. You need to have excess. They need to be able to take additional breaks. And then you'll probably have your workforce. So the idea is if you hire more employees, eventually it will work out where you will have those employees. When you overwork the air traffic controllers, then you don't have those employees. That's simple. But I know you're deep state and you only know how to fuck people. Right. But that's the answer. Oh, wait, we have to let Elon's people come in and say that. Otherwise, it's not real. Nobody ever said it on Earth until Elon's people come in and say it. Now, some of the electronic assistants will make it safer. I said that in 2016 or something. I mean, when you massage somebody for 2 hours, 2 to 3 times a month, you know that their back is in danger of failing if they don't get the massage. Right. Agreed, Larry. Let me like put this online, I guess. Essentially, comma, you don't have enough air traffic controllers because you don't hire enough to provide a stress uh, provide a sufficient stress release. The answer to having sufficient employees is hiring a higher number and allowing additional breaks. You will also find that they will remain in the tower and become a backup set of eyes. Become a backup set of eyes. So there was this woman. Hang on. Now, they may have drugged me, man. I mean, it begs the reason. Again, when I was in Indianapolis, I was in this class, and this woman and I had conversations. She was like a resident doctor, but she was also like a yoga type instructor. So again, they've killed me thinking I was going to get forward with a woman. I mean, I'm telling you, they drug people. Correct. All right. All right. And let the body destroy itself. Right. You're in my apartment. I know you were in my apartment, all of you. Bunch of sicko assholes. See, that's them saying sicko asshole. What they push it through me, trying to get me to curse. The more I curse, the more they say that the world's in danger. Well, this is why you can't be a preacher. Well, that's why I'm an angel of vengeance. Hope you all go to hell today. The only thing I don't like about X is you can't click on it and copy it. Facebook and I mean, they just kill people. They put people in pain and kill them and laugh, right? I'll tell you what, a ton of them have been killed, but you see it differently. Look in the news. You'll see people that came out of a car and shot somebody. They shot the deep stater, the one that works in the community. Really? Yeah. You read about somebody going into the house, going crazy, killing the occupants, and then lighting on fire. They were deep staters. They're not telling you the truth. They want me to kill you. I won't do it because I have the grace of God. You read about kids getting kidnapped and raped. They were deep staters. They put their kid out there as bait, and their kid got raped. But they can't say anything because they've been on these operations. And they know if they say something, then they'll destroy them. They have to live their whole life in silence about their kid being raped because the deep state government contacted them, or the deep state private eye contacted them and had them use their kid as bait. I mean, they're reckless beyond reckless. That's really what's going on. There's people out there that know that the deep state got their kids raped and maybe murdered. I mean, why haven't we found these missing kids? Again, they want to posture until that kind of stuff's said. They're just sitting there stalking me, putting shit in my head, whatever they can. Again, does it make me crazy to psychically know that you're trying to alter me? I guess I wish Elon and the president knew that. Right. No, they're sitting there and they got all their buddies and they're all chatting back and forth, sipping their lattes. And they're minding my life with their millions and millions of dollars, probably billions at this point. Right. Hiding behind cloaking mechanisms. The time to do the right thing was when I left the Marshal Service, for sure, even before that. But you let me move into a community and meet somebody, get married, this never would have happened. And you wouldn't have to deal with this. But you're still doing it, aren't you? Ya, arar. Ya, bahatma, bahatma. I'll train myself to be able to say that word in my sleep. I'm sick as hell, man. But I know it's that thing. And I can go to 1 million doctors and take 1 million tests, and they'll never find anything. Again, give me my disability. I obviously have Persian Gulf War syndrome. But yet somebody out there doesn't have it. Somebody, they didn't even go to combat. And they're running around with 100%, a private business, deep state, private eye, or something like that. There's no way to psychologically investigate a disabled person. But you all keep claiming that you can. But you can't figure out how to keep the planes from crashing. And all you had to do was hire a few more air traffic controllers and they wouldn't have quit. But you laughed, right? Ha, that fucker quit. Couldn't take it. And that's another thing. You got to stop the deep state. They might be taking the air traffic controllers out. They're idiots, man. Everybody that works in the government is pretty much an idiot. Idiot for the devil. They don't care. They don't have to perform. They just deep state. And you got deep state MAGA, I'll tell you that. That's why they pushed me away. Right. But I couldn't support Trump, or somebody would have not let him in. Right. Oh, I was mad. No doubt I was mad. As hard as I worked, I mean, almost 24/7, right? Right. And Trump people take me out. I was in Republican states, all of you. Right. At least I got a little cleaner in there. I'm in too much pain to do anymore. Oh my God. Oh my God. Uh. No, we're going to learn how I live. We're going to learn that they're criminals, they're crazy, they're devils, and they should be put under the prison. 100%. We're going to learn what the last 30 years actually was. I mean, I was here 2 years, and you couldn't even leave me alone a day? And you say, well, this is how we stop him? By torturing him? In fact, we're at the pinnacle of your torture now, right? You got some physical disability increased? Right. And you won't pay for it, right? You get nothing. Now it's time to learn how effective it was. No, it's a pain syndrome. I don't know what it is. Nobody knows what it is. Most doctors at a certain point just want me to leave because they keep getting harassed by the deep state. Then they hire people in the doctor's office to call me all the time and say stupid shit that doesn't make any sense. 7 months later, 8 months later, they're still calling me. Same stupid shit. Long COVID, that's too easy of an excuse. I had something going on before COVID. Correct. See, that's how their bullshit works. Oh, just write it up as long COVID. Doesn't have Persian Gulf. I'm like afraid to eat. Like that stuff maybe making me sick. I have no idea what to eat. No, we're going to learn everything, all of you. We're going to learn what my life actually is and what it's been. Not the bullshit that you accepted payment for to believe. I'm sorry. Oh, they work on social media, got millions and millions of dollars, never have to worry about their life. And they use my stuff to improve their social media platforms. You will go to hell for just doing that. Yeah, arr. I didn't turn it on, it turned on by itself. See? Adonai. Yeah. Bahatama. Where's my money? In fact, if you gave me my money, this wouldn't have happened either.
100%.
You know you pay people. But Rick Henry told you no. Karen Shelton told you no. Chief Quick told you no. We got it, bud. We got it handled. Bunch of fucking morons. Bunch of idiots. Bunch of criminals. So you thought this is funny to get me in this condition? When somebody's disabled, they're disabled. Right. There's no cop that gets to cancel the disability finding. Even if it's the Attorney General. I don't know if I get out of here if I'm healthier or not. But I need my money. I need my money. I need my money. Ya, rar. Whoa! Ya, Bahatama. Whoa! I fumbled with my phone and the audio turned on. You'll go to hell, all of you. That was confirmation. Now my stomach's getting sick. So how could they dissuade me from physical therapy and going to the doctors when I'm that sick in Amarillo, Texas? Is that your question? In Aurora, Colorado? In Tyler, Texas? You see, all of a sudden I wasn't sick to this level, and I just accepted not looking for treatment because that's what they were torturing me with. And all of this could be something they're using just to dissuade me from seeking treatment. Who knows? These are billionaires. I mean, how many decades? This doesn't make any sense. Because I'm a bad guy? While I'm doing all that charity? And you're having all that sex, even with young girls, and saying that's what I do? I mean, it involves most likely CIA directors. Right. Oh, they don't care? That's fine, but they'll go to hell. Don't let them bring us back to this planet and try to make it something about this planet. Right.
And I'm just saying, what can I possibly do to him? And I'm in handcuffs.
Right. Don't let them bring it back to this planet and laugh at my life and look at their life, because that's how they did it. Understand, they're not okay. They're not just a sinner. They are a devil. And they will not rule in hell. They will rule the day that they did those things that sent them to hell. Correct, Larry. Where's my money? No answer. Ya 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 rar. Ya 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 bahotama. I don't listen to anything and no inferences. When I get the money, when it shows up, then I've received it. You will get no reprieve, any of you. They just want to get up a little bit. They know they're going down. I don't know what kind of food to order. I thought I figured it out. I'm not going to sit here another 6 months with you telling me, oh, we're working on it, bud. We're working on it, bud. Woo to your mind. Woo to your mind. Yeah, put a sexy woman in front of him. Woo to your mind. Woo to your mind. Freaking devils. The worst devils that ever existed. I don't even know what to order. Everything's making me sick. I mean, I was able to get out of this sickness. Correct. What makes you think you get to put me back in it? Over and over again. Oh, I'm dangerous because I'm mad at you and tell you what the deal is and tell everyone else? That makes me dangerous? What's that make you, piece of shit? Again, the psychology says, 30 years later, the psychology says that this man is dangerous. 30 years ago, it said the same thing. 30 fucking years ago. Same bullshit. Well, we actually have some cold cases where we think it happened, actually. Right. I mean, they're liars. I mean, it's fucking a bunch of coworkers that lost their fucking mind. That's where it comes from.
100%.
Well, most of it. I mean, there's other people. Right. Well, my life would have been in a condition without those coworkers where you couldn't do this to me as easy. Right. I mean, I just walked off, said, that's it. You don't want me around? Bye. Thought that's what they wanted. Right. I mean, I'm not going to walk off without my retirement. In fact, God showed me the retirement and said, do that. There's no other way. Oh, you made me sick of you. That's what that stuff does. It makes people sick. I wonder if like Maxwell's involved, whether Burke's involved, whether Working was involved. Just wondering if even the good people that I thought were good were involved. Like, is there no good person that's ever been in the U.S. Marshal Service that survived the first so many years if they weren't a devil? I mean, all you have to do is it's not hard. You let somebody live their life. I mean, obviously, I don't have forever on Earth. I mean, I probably could have lived to 90 if had they not done this. Right. I mean, officers told me in the mine that, I mean, the inference was that you reach 40, 50 years old, you don't do this to a person. Yeah, I mean, if that investigative procedure is used anywhere, it should be on young people. Right. Not on somebody that's just trying to live their life that's 40, 50 years old, now 60. No, I've been in pain the last 2 years. It just wasn't as bad as this. I've been disabled. Oh, he's walking. Oh, he's in the store. He looks okay. That's what I think they used to the massage. Well, he says he's doing better. Right, because he gets massage. No, it's not a mistake. It's an intentional torture and murder.
I can't believe this is working.
I agree. I agree. I agree.
You should have done this.
I don't even know what to do to get well. Don't even know what to do to get well. Oh, I should do something to myself and harm myself? Well, no, we'll just have God harm all of you. Ya 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 ra, ya ya ya, bahatma. I mean, this is not what I was doing years ago, right? I was just healing everybody, and that was it. Every once in a while, I'd have a conversation with somebody to see if life was ever anywhere. I mean, I was this sick when I was in Naples almost, right? And maybe this sick. Walking was even harder, right? I mean, that's like 22 years ago, 23 years ago. They know this. They knew this. No, the people in Santa Fe are related to the people in Naples. There's no doubt. They even showed me how that was. I mean, Florida Department of Law Enforcement is involved. I mean, how sick can you be? That's why they're stalking me, because they committed felony crimes against me. No other reason. You all need to contact the VA and get that money and get it fast.
Sorry.
I mean, it's just amazing I can actually have the strength to put that process through and actually have it adjudicated once. But they want you to appeal it. I even tried to appeal it. In the middle of COVID and this disability in Texas. Couldn't get anywhere. I was actually focused on getting back to my brothers, and I know they interrupted. Right. They operated him, and he didn't want me there. So I'd actually be right now in Philadelphia with my brother or somewhere nearby. I can't afford it, but again, all I need is the disability, and I can afford it. I'm here because I don't have enough money to live anywhere else. But, a couple other places. And it was Oklahoma. They did shit to me in Oklahoma. They did shit to me in Texas. And this is probably the third cheapest place. I could afford to live someplace halfway decent, but it turns out that this is probably a sick house. Large. No, I did the right thing by getting a trailer and downsizing my footprint, and then they did me, and I couldn't focus on it. I mean, silly me thinking I could find good neighbors. Now this will go on for the rest of my life, all of you, unless something changes. Everything I'm speaking and saying is the truth. There's no way I can report a better report of what's happened than I did and that I'm doing. I can only tell you so much of it, but it's true. And again, they'll tell you I'm telling you more than I could have possibly known, but it's accurate. I don't know if I have to get out of here, but it's so cold outside, I don't know if I want to go outside. I'm in such pain. Again, remember, the whole time I'm disabled. Right. And my Lorenzo's oil was massage therapy. But only to a certain level. If I didn't get it, it could destroy, and did, my body worse. So not only don't you give me the disability, you increase my disability with your government troops. Right. These psycho pieces of shit that couldn't win that war because they're psycho pieces of shit. And now they're out here as cops, treating us like we're Afghani citizens that they murder. That's what's going on.
Right.
People like that can't win a war. And they didn't want me near my brother because he knew he could take care of me and I could take care of him. We could take care of each other's issues. Like, it makes no sense. My mother's there, he's there, I should be there. Again, what happened? Well, something happened in Colorado and then I couldn't see it any longer.
100%.
But again, my brother changed his mind, I think. I said, give me some time in your in his basement. I was so sick, I just wanted to live in his basement.
Right.
But again, then it's harder for them to have access. Correct. I kept looking for an apartment, and I'm like, I can't afford this. Right. Oh my God, I'm so sick. I'm so sick. I just keep getting sicker. Oh my God. I can't take Advil, it'll make me sicker. And I won't be able to sleep. This is the hell I've been in over and over again all those years. And I'm not disabled and I don't have Persian Gulf War syndrome. Bullshit, all of you. Bullshit on all of you. I mean, this idea where I'm partying large and having sex with boys and men in secret clubs in other cities. This is the shit they say. It's all bullshit. Meanwhile, they're trying to tear me down and get me to have sex with somebody, especially a boy if they can. Right. They want me to do their will in my life. In fact, like I said, if it wasn't for them and their deep state shit, I wouldn't even have had sex with the other two women. It'd just been my wife, and that's all it would have been.
100%. I'm sorry, Larry.
Now trying to do that bullshit. Well, you should have been more appreciative of my health. I couldn't have been any more appreciative. I even thank God for the health I had and the things I had in front of everybody, more than you all do. So I think you all need to be more appreciative, right? It's the devil, man. Satan wanted to be dead. Plain and simple.
Control.
Oh, at Hegseth might be getting in trouble. Right. All right, you have to be careful. You're again. I'm out here saying shit, and I told you before. Be careful what you're saying from the inside. Well, it's getting to look like Jerry Springer show, right? Actually, maybe I need some. I don't even know D. You see, yeah, I can't because I'm in this situation. I can't do all the work, and they know that. So anybody that's telling you not to take care of me is trying to scumbag your operation. Right. Thank you, Larry. Okay, so we got San Diego. It's just very difficult to focus. If I got forward to this place, I probably could focus better. Right. And I don't have to leave the area. I could just go into another extended stay for now. Right. But I just got to get to a new place. Something's going on here that's making me sick. Right. Thank you, Larry. Thank you. Chris. Okay, so you ordered more troops. Yeah, they want me to see that. Okay. Right. Oh, Aurora. Okay, see. Yeah, see? Remember I was in Aurora? See, I'm part of the system. Right. And I said there's something wrong in Aurora. Right. And it may be more than Aurora. Right. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Larry. I was there a long time ago, 2021, but I told you there's something wrong. Right. 100%. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, sir. Well, I honestly, you can get me my disability in a day. I know that. Right. I'm not asking you to cheat. Obviously, I have it. Right. Well, because he's acting like right. You can't diagnose it. That's why they did that. Correct. You can't. The law states, I walk in there, you honor it. I know it sounds crazy, but that's the way they did it, and that's probably the only way to do it. Because it's a phantom illness. Right. Ah, shit. Okay. Now, the guy was like ridiculing me. So I knew it was a setup. And I actually remember I wasn't this disabled, but I had, episodes. Right. So the key being that if I had got that money, I may have been able to set up my life a little better. Now I was hoping for at least 300. Right. Oh my God. But again, obviously I need 100%. Again, they dumbed down my mind, so I don't really treat myself like I didn't see myself as getting 100%. Right. But it probably should have been for a long time. Yeah, okay. I don't know if they put this here, but there's a judge there with a gavel and it says, can Kansas reduce your home insurance bill? But it says, Kansas reduce your home. Right. I probably should have already seen something like that. Now they're trying to freak me out. Yeah, there's stuff in there designed to freak me out. So it's them. Right. Right. Now they'll put stuff online and try to take me offline. It's in their like news feed. Right. Because they know what other people do when they see that. when they're in a similar condition. No, there was no reason for them to do this. None whatsoever. I was disabled. They just let me live my life. But they can see when I let me live my life comes up and I'm peaceful and I don't yell at them anymore. And right.
Thank you, Larry.
No, I never hit anybody. Get on out of here. All right. Trying to say he might hit somebody if we give him money or something. It's a scam, all of you. You need to stop them from torturing me, and you need to pay me my money. Ya 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 rar. Ya 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 bahatama. It doesn't look like AFD is going to make it. Right. It's a pretty big protest. Right. There's probably spy agencies all across Europe operating against AFD. Right. Well, they're allowed to see that as a kind of intelligence threat. Right. Again, you have right to. It's not because it's not their country; it's another country, right? No, I was like this. I was sick, similar to this in Indianapolis. Again, they're doing shit to my mind, and it's hard to remember things. But because I'm going to hold on to everything they did to me. I'll drop everything else out of my mind if necessary. I will continue to witness them and what they've done and what they do. Well, right. So the larger success probably is based upon what Mike Banks says is the actual idea that they don't come across the border. Right. I can't even lay down and sleep. Like if I could just sleep it off, kind of deal. Right. I need to get my money. Y'all need to. Yeah. I mean, I know you can do it in days. You can just, at least send me the email. Right. Send me the email telling me that I'm going to be increased to 100%. It's been reevaluated, investigated, and reevaluated, and it's going to be increased to 100%. I'm sure you got the complaint long ago. I speak about it enough. There's enough police officers and agents that would have forwarded it. Right. Thank you, Larry. It boggles the mind. I don't know what's in the file, to tell you the truth, anymore, because I know the request for Persian Gulf War. That was the whole idea of why we were putting in why would I put in to increase those other disabilities, or the one finding, and then the second finding was to increase the other disability. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, right? I put in for Persian Gulf War syndrome, and they pulled the paperwork out, right? But again, it's the idea where I got like 150 extra or something, right? And I just said, I was being tortured, right? It was my last day in Santa Fe before I went to Arizona and then back to Santa Fe. I probably should have stayed in Arizona, right? But I couldn't get to it. 100%. I mean, it just makes no sense. I just don't understand it. Right. They're psychotic. That's the only thing that can be said. I mean, this idea that I was going to be dangerous, they've been doing that for like 30 years. Meanwhile, every year they're trying to force me to be dangerous by torturing me and causing disruption in the psychological balance. I'm actually stronger than anyone else in not doing that. No, I was feeling pretty good at times over the last so many days, but it's hit me hard again. And again, it could be environmental, and I can't get out of here. I don't have the money. I mean, if you gave me that money, if you said, okay, here's the money, and you put it in my account, the arrears and all of it, I'd go away for like a few weeks at least, and then come back when it got warmer and try to fix and fix this up. Right. That's pretty much it for the initial. Right. Make it there. Thank you, Larry. I don't know. I mean, maybe the beans are doing this to me, but how would beans do this to you? Right. Thank you, Larry. All right, I'll be talking to you in a second. I'm going to